Hi guys, welcome back for another video from TDL DIY. So in today's episode we're going to be talking about installing a dual dash camera. So one in the front, it's going to be probably somewhere under the mirror, somewhere over here, and then there's going to be another one in the back of the car. I'm pointing out at the back because, to be honest, we were going to get just a dash cam to go shoot out the front. But let's be honest, people, if you're on the road and stuff like that, most of the accidents are going to be coming from behind. So it'd be nice to kind of see what the car behind you is doing or thinking, or did they slow down before they hit you? A lot of accidents happen because somebody rear ends you, or something's going to happen in the front. It's good to have that footage, front and rear, just so that in case there's an insurance claim or anything like that, you're able to kind of see, did it look like the person was slowing down? Did the person move over to another lane and cut you off? There's many different things. This is the camera we got. Thinkware Dashcam U1000, and this is a 2-channel. So the front and the rear. The front is a 4K and the rear is 2K. Now I just have all the parts laid out. This is the cable. I don't know if you guys can see. It's just a cable, and it's going to link the front camera to the rear camera. This one depends on how you're going to wire your system. If you're going to wire it through your cigarette lighter, you can use this power source. I'm not going to be using that. It also came with this one. I think I paid a little bit extra. Actually, no, it came free with mine. But it depends on where you get your camera. You might have to pay a little bit extra. I think going to $30 or something like that. So what this cable has, your power source for your front camera, it will have the yellow one, and it says focus battery, so that's going to be your constant. The red wire, if it focuses, says ACC. So basically when you turn your car turn your key or your push your button once or twice, without the car running, this will supply power to things like that. So you want your constant. You don't have to wire this one in, but your constant wire is for, in this case, this camera has a sensor, so if you walk in front of it or somebody hits your vehicle, it will start recording. This one will be like basically once your car is on. You're also going to have your ground wire right here, and with your front camera and rear camera. It also comes with this thing here, and I think it also, yeah, there's a couple other things in here, guys. It comes with another sticky pad. It also comes with a USB to memory card adapter. I think it's micro SD, and some more smaller sticky pads. So yeah, we're gonna need this guy, so we have it out. But yeah, this is pretty much the kit and what you're gonna need. We're gonna be using this guy. So this is basically, what do they call it, a fuse tap, and power comes in on this side, the left hand side, and then if you're putting it into a fuse, into your fuse panel that already has a fuse in there and you're just going to tap into it, you're going to use the bottom one. You're going to put that fuse back into where you took it out and put it there, and then you're going to put your fuse for whatever you're powering. In this case it's going to be a dash cam. We're going to put it on the top one, so it'll go out towards this wire, and then once the circuit makes a full circuit, it'll also come back out this side, the right hand side. So basically, if you have an empty spot, you're just going to put it in the top. Don't put it in the bottom. Put it at the top, so it's going to make its loop, come down and power, complete the cycle through the car, and then also send power out this way. So hopefully that explains that to you guys as well. And then you're going to need the appropriate size fuses for your vehicle. So every vehicle has a little bit different. These are the guys that I need, and that's the ones we're going to be using. A tool you're going to need to be able to check fuses. You can use a voltmeter, or you can get this thing. It just clamps onto a negative, basically onto your frame, and then you're just going to touch, and once it hits a power source, it's going to light up a little light inside. I can demonstrate that right now. That's going to be a perfect ideal spot where I'm going to put my ground once we get it complete. Alright, so I'm touching and nothing's lighting up. I know this one works. We're touching there and our light lights up. Pretty much everything on this side. This side is all constant. Over here, not as much. Most of this stuff isn't. There are some things. Yeah, just the random one over here. But hopefully that kind of clarifies that a little bit for you guys. So the audio for my constant, for some reason that's constant power, and I'm going to be using power socket ACC1 as my turn your car on power. And right now I just have it on ACC, the car's not on, and you have to verify what side you have power on. So as you can see, no power, and oh, you can see power on the right side. So if you remember on my fuse, we need the power to be on this side, so we have to orientate it that way. Just like that, it's gonna go in, and then we're gonna put the fuse from the panel, focus, the bottom, and then we're gonna put our new fuse on the top. Now to show you guys that yes indeed we got the right fuse, I'm gonna put the fuse back in. So I wanted to test to make sure, this is the outlet right there with my cord, and I wanted to test to make sure that we were good and we got the right one. So as you guys can see there, it's connected and 0 volts. Oops. Zero volts. Now I'm gonna go put the fuse in. As you can see, we got some voltage. So that's how we know that one's gonna be the one that's gonna be affected. And we're just gonna put that fuse in. So like I said, we're gonna pop that fuse out. We're gonna orientate it this way. And should be good to go. I'm gonna pull the power off just to make everything safe, and then we'll worry about connecting some of those wires up. Power's off. So now we got these wires pretty much where we want them. We're going to crimp them on and snake them up to where we need to. So now we got those 2 lines crimped, our battery and our ACC. Now we're just going to connect our ground, and then we're going to start fishing the wire up. Alright, so we got the wires crimped and we got our ground put on. So now we're going to take off this A-pillar up here, the cover, and we'll just fish our wire. Now you're going to want to probably, with mine anyways, I don't have a screen on my dash cam that I can see from the driver's seat or inside the vehicle. If you do, you want to kind of position it to where you probably have the most coverage or the manufacturer's recommendations. For now, I'm going to put it probably on the passenger side of the mirror. So not directly under the mirror. I find it's a little too low just because of the angle of my windshield and how the lens is. Probably going to be the best spot for it. So with that in place, I'm going to, we're going to get that mounted up. We're going to pop that A-pillar off, and then we're going to run our wires to it. I'm just going to use some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and just get that all up in there. Get that nice and clean. So I'm going to put it up like that so I know I have enough room when it's fully over that we're able to take it off. So I'm going to put it somewhere like here. I think would be good. There we go. Push that guy on. Looks pretty good, I think. Camera mounted. I think it's in a fairly good location. All right, for our A-pillar, we're just gonna grab the top. Every A-pillar is a little bit different, just check it out, but grab the corner. You're just gonna pull it. There we go. So we got that wire ran. Now we just have to run the wire for the rear camera. There we go. Wires are nicely tucked up. Now we're going to run this one. Alright guys, so you can see I just popped this guy off that was sitting right there. All it is just a bunch of clips, so it just pops off. If you have just a plastic trim remover, that's the best bet. If you don't, you can try and pry with a flathead screwdriver. Just make sure you put some tape or something on the end of it, so that way you don't scratch any of your paint. Alright guys, so we came across here, I think you guys saw, we came up under, we just peeled back the weather stripping, ran our wire back and forth, back and forth, back and forth through there. Don't mind this. Yeah, back and forth, and then we came to what we figured we probably have enough slack. We came up. I'm not sure if this is the best way. Obviously it's not the best way. I'm going to see how this works. If it works fine, then I'm going to keep it. Obviously the best way is you're going to want to try and pull your headliner down. Personally myself, I'm not quite sure how to get that headliner down. I know it probably snaps in some spots, but I was trying to pry on it just a little bit, and I was hearing like the cracking for like where this this bend is, and I just don't want to break it. So for myself, we didn't go that way, but the best way to come through is if you can come through the ceiling, pull the headliner down, come through the ceiling, and follow this boot up into the frame. That will be your best bet 100% of the time. You're not going to have any issues with water leakage or potentially breaking this wire, anything like that. That is the way I would recommend doing it. That being said, for myself, I didn't feel comfortable enough to pull that headliner down in case I broke it or something like that. We just popped this guy off. It's just a couple clips, so it just sits in here. So once that gets back in, we're gonna have this wire just pop up and plug right into our dash cam. And that should be pretty much almost the end of our install. Now, we're just going to pop this guy in here. The nice thing about this is the head can rotate whichever way I want to put it, which is super nice. We just have to mount it. I'm going to probably mount it somewhere like that, and then we could just move the camera as we see fit. Probably put it like there. Something like that. Plugged in. There we go. So we're just going to take some tape or something and just, or zap straps, and kind of zap that up there so it doesn't move on us. There we got our 2 zap straps in there. Should be pretty good. Yeah, looks not bad. All right, so we're gonna go to the front. We're gonna do the same thing. Make sure some of our wires are cleaned up. Yeah, we're gonna tidy up some of these wires, make them nice and neat. So I don't know if you guys can see, but we're just going to tuck it up, just kind of out of the way. Some of my wires, there's another one, and we just tucked it in behind this little cavity here, just to get rid of them. And I don't know if you guys can see the ground wire, but that guy right there is the ground wire. There was a screw there already. We just backed it off, put our ground there. So as you can see, install looks very clean. And you can see all the way back. Nice and clean install. Ran it up all the way over here, all the way to the front. Looks good. There's only one little bit of wire really showing, and that's right up at the front, just coming down by the mirror, and of course just right there in the meantime. But besides that, pretty clean look.
Update will now start. Do not turn off the system.
We're not going to turn it off, we're just going to leave it. Hopefully everything will be good. That's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, I don't know what more to say, but clean install, looks really good, guys. I'm super excited about having this dual camera in here. I think a dual camera, if you're going to buy a camera, is probably your best bet. That way you have footage, anybody doing crazy things in front of you, which is always cool to see on YouTube and whatnot. But you also get the footage from the rear.
Successfully updated.
There you go. Just said successfully updated, so that's good to go.
Continuous recording will now start. On your smartphone, connect to a Wi-Fi network whose name starts with Thinkware.
And that's exactly the things you're going to hear once it boots up. Those are the things you're going to have to log in and do, but we're not going to cover that in this this video. We're just going to show you guys how to install it, which we've done. Everything seems to be working fine, and yeah, we'll give you an update in a bit, in a couple months, and see how it plays out, and see if we like it or if there's things we'd change or whatever the case may be. But like I said, it's really nice to have that rear camera, just in case. A lot of people will probably end up rear-ending you. I'm not going to say for the most part, but that's how I see it. That's how a couple of our accidents happened, is somebody came up in the rear and it hit us. So yeah, and it's also good footage for any law enforcement. So when you do your police report, if you have any footage, that's good. But especially your insurance company, we've noticed now that once you get into an accident, they ask you, do you have a dash cam? Do you have any footage of the accident happening? And we said no, we just didn't have any dash cams. And so my car, this car, the Pathfinder, is the first one we're going to put a dash cam in. We'll probably do another dash cam in my wife's car, the Mazda 3. It's going to be a dual one as well. We're not sure. We might go with Garmin. There's a couple good brands out there that I'd like to try. This one was Thinkware. There's I think Blackview and Garmin are some of the top rated cameras to be put in your car. So we'll see how this one goes, see if we like it. I don't think we're going to put the same one in the wife's car. We might, but we might try a different brand just to give you guys a different comparison, like what are the different features and stuff like that, and kind of give you a real understanding of how it all gets connected. And maybe the install is quite a bit different. Who knows? I know with the Garmin one, it's basically 2 individual cameras, and I think they link through Wi-Fi. I'm not going to quote me on that one, but which is kind of nice because that way you can have 1 camera, 2 cameras, or I think even up to 4 cameras connected, which is pretty cool. And you're not really modifying anything. You're just buying another camera to put on, and they all kind of pair up to each other. So yeah, take a look at that if that's something that's interesting. But again, this camera, I believe it cost me about $550. I'll put a link down below, or 500 something dollars. I got it on sale. I'll put a link below in the description. And it's a Canadian place if you're in Canada. It's based out of Ontario, I believe. And apparently they're really good for anything with radar detectors, dash cams, all sorts of things like that. So check them out. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the company because I ordered it a long time ago, but I will put that somewhere in the screen and in the description below. So thanks guys for watching, and if you like this kind of stuff, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, never stop learning.